Guys, I am back, and I have a cool new little product from Olight that they just sent me for review. They happen to be having a flash sale coming out. So this is the S2R Baton 2. This is the second version of this light that they've put out. Now, I don't have the original one. I have some of my favorite Olights here that I've messed with, that I've carried around, that I've used to kind of look at and compare to it. There's my ultimate favorite, and it's kind of an old model now, but the M1X Striker, which I carry part of my EDC all the time. I love this light. It's not by any means the fanciest one they make, but I love it. The M2R Warrior, which is a kind of a heavier light, but it has a lot of great features. And similar to the features that you're going to find in the S2R Baton 2, but I think that looking at the specs on this, there's some real good advantages to the S2R. And then there's the M1T Raider, which is like not as fancy, but it's a nice small little light. So I'm thinking, just from kind of the looks of this and what I've seen, this is going to fit really nice into the kind of Olight lineup, depending on, you know, what you do with them and everything. So we might refer back to some of these a little bit later, but we're going to look at the S2R. We're going to do my usual kind of little flashlight test. We're going to take it outside. We're going to see how it actually works in the dark for the standard things. But we're going to start by opening up the box and seeing exactly what you would find if you were to buy this light and take it home. And let's, okay, get out of the package. So one of the kind of redesigns that they're working on now is that they're really big on getting these things positioned so that you can use them in a pocket, you know, in your hand, or clipping it on to the bill of a hat for a hands-free light. And a lot of the newer ones have that clip, which gives you that versatility. Like, for example, here on the M2R Warrior, you can take this clip and you can use it as a standard clip in the pocket, but it's also got that reversible clip so that you can put it on the bill of a hat. And you can reposition this kind of as you want, so that now you can clip this onto your hat and have it forward facing. So the Baton 2 has that same kind of clip where it's standard for nice deep carry in your pocket, but you can also position it on your hat for hands-free. And they do those nice blue accents, so now your whole clip is accented in blue. When we're looking at 1,000+ lumen flashlight, this is a really nice small compact size too. You can see the texturing on the barrel of the body is really nice to give you a good grip. Very lightweight. Let's see what else we got in the package though. We've got a README. So inside the box tells us, ooh, this is new. I haven't seen this with an Olight before. It's a very nice velvety pouch to keep everything in. We've got some instructions. We've got, oh, if you want a more subdued clip, cool, nice option. Subdued black clip to replace your shiny blue one. Lanyard. And then, of course, I love that Olight give this to you now. It has your USB external magnetic charger. So you can charge the battery in this without ever taking it out. And it's really easy. You don't have to fumble with any kind of wires plugging in or anything. Just let it snap on there. And what this also means is you've got a magnetic base on the bottom of your flashlight too. What that means is if you have a magnetic object, your flashlight's going to stick there for you as well. So that works out really nicely. But these chargers, they're so easy to use. I really like the clip option they give you. I mean, I like the blue clip. I'd probably leave it there, but if you wanted the more subdued option, you get that. That's new. I haven't seen that with Olight before. Let's see. I know I'm dense sometimes. It's true. Do you know how long it took me to figure out that this little pin was to help you thread this into the that little tiny hole right there? And I like threw a couple away first, like an idiot. Yeah, I did. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that lanyard on. Now it's perfectly fine to take this little pin off, as you've got it on there. So that's your whole thing. Very nice, very easy. I would suspect from looking at the README page, it's got like a little plastic connector. Comes pre-installed with a standard button top 18650 battery, 3200 milliamp hour battery. Now I can show you this, a nice close-up of the specs instead of putting it in text. And there's your modes, and we'll go through them, of course. Single button operation to get us through all the different modes there. One of the things I really like about the Striker, most of all, is that you've got an on-off switch, but a separate mode function switch. I love having that versatility, but we'll see how this works. So I'm not sure where we're at in the cycle. I'm going to hold it down as we rotate. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 modes right here. Now I'm just going to take a guess based on other Olight performance. If we double click, yep, that gets us to our super bright turbo mode. If we click again, that's going to bring us off. Double click super bright turbo and then hold it down. We'll start rotating through our 3 regular modes of operation. So what we've gone through so far, I guess, is low, medium, high, and then turbo to get us up to the 1150 lumens. Let's triple click and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's our strobe. Okay. And then hold again. Now, how we get to the Moonlight, I'm not exactly sure. We're going to have to look that one up. So for our Moonlight mode, which is half a lumen, which when we get outside, you'll see that barely lights up anything, with the flashlight off, and I'm going to do this one into the camera because you'll barely be able to see it. With the flashlight off, we hold the button, and then that brings us to Moonlight, which in here, you know, you can't barely even see because I have the light on. And then we can hold and go through our regular modes. But I guess Moonlight is only accessible if we go from the off position and we hold the button, and now I don't know if you can barely see that's on. So we've got modes all the way from half a lumen up to 1150 lumens, and then we've got our strobe. I'm not seeing an actual measurement of how bright the strobe is. I'm thinking it's high power mode. What's also cool though is that it has a memory mode. So you see the mode we last used was the Moonlight mode. So now it's turning on directly to Moonlight. If I hold it down and let's go to medium mode and I turn it off, it will turn back onto that medium mode. So you have that integrated one function button, but it actually will memorize what you're doing. Now it won't memorize turbo. If you turn it off in turbo mode, it will go back to high mode as its last one. It also has a lockout function. So if you hold it down, first it'll go to the low mode, and then it will lock. So now, even though I'm pressing it, it will not turn back on. So if you're worried about something touching the button in your pocket or anything like that, you know, you're not worried. You have to hold it back down for over a second, and then it will go back to its Moonlight mode. And now we're ready to use it again. So I guess they built a lot of functionality into that one button, which, you know, cool. I still don't like one button function, but this one button seems to operate a lot more smoothly and a lot less confusingly than some of the other one buttons out there. And if you can see right now, you've got a little green LED indicator for power and battery life in there as well. Total of 6 modes of operation and a lockout switch, all in this little tiny size. So it really does basically all the stuff that this guy does, the M2R Warrior, slightly less max lumens at that high power, but it does it in a much smaller and lighter package. The one thing that the Warrior has that this doesn't have is it has a momentary on-off touch right here. So like if you just want to hold down for a second and let it go. That's the one feature that the Warrior has that this doesn't have. But other than that, it's a significant weight and size difference, but you've got great potential in this little light. And I have never known an Olight that wasn't like super, really reliable. Like I love Olight, one of my absolute favorite flashlight brands. For waterproofing, it's IPX8. So we've talked about the IPX rating before. So IPX8 means it's above the standard IPX7, which gives you 30 minutes at 1 meter of water. So you have at least IPX7 water resistance rating on this, and then some. Now it doesn't really mention specifically what it is. It's got 1 meter drop resistance. So what do you say we take it outside in the dark and we actually see what it does in a dark environment for us in the backyard? All right, we are out here in the dark. We got some nice stars, but I don't see any moonlight. Little overcast, so this is great. You should see pitch black right now and just hear the heater in the background. What we're gonna do is, I've got a little piece of moon glow material. Here, tap it against the camera. We're gonna use high power to just charge this up to see how much light this flashlight throws. We'll just refer to this at the end. We're gonna do the standard look at the reflective material on the back fence there. I'm zoomed in a little bit so we get a better view of it. We're gonna go through the modes. I'm gonna freeze my butt off out here for you guys for a little bit, and then we'll go inside and wrap it up. So I am going to put this to high power, and I'm gonna put it right up against the moon glow material and turn it on. Hopefully I'm in front of the camera. Oh, I am. Turn it off, and that is a nice spooky blue glow. Blue does not glow nearly as well as green when it comes to glow-in-the-dark materials, so that's a really nice look on it. I'm going to go to our half lumen power now, which you probably can't see. You can just barely make out that reflective 550 cord in the distance over there, right? See it? Here's my hand right in front of the camera. At half a lumen, you really can't see much, but then again, half a lumen, you're not going to see anything. This is really for helping you retain a little bit of night vision, up-close work, okay? From here, we're going to go up to low power, and the camera's having trouble focusing, but can you see the reflective 550 cord up in the background? I'm putting this right next to the camera so you can get kind of the field of regard of the light, and it really does a good job of filling up the area with light. Let's go up 1 notch. Hang on. Okay, and now this isn't even high power. This is medium, and that's very nice looking. What a spooky looking fence. Fence really needs to be replaced, but let's go up to high power, and that is bright as anything, right? That's pretty good. Not bad at all. And again, with the flashlight right next to the camera, I mean, that's a really wide field of view. That really lights up things well. Pretty sure that was a ghost. All right, let's blind everything and let's go to turbo. Well, you can't tell much of a difference just looking here at the camera like this. But if we turn it down and then go to turbo, that's pretty bright. It's a very nice spotlight. And let's just, you know, go crazy with our strobe. And back to steady. So it's a nice, you know, simple light. It's not going to go super far off into the woods, you know, it's going to be your standard EDC kind of light. Good enough for anything you need to do at a campsite. Probably some limited tactical type use too. And here you can see the battery indicator, very bright, very easy to see. And then when you need that very bright light, you've got it. There's an internal timer that will keep you in that turbo mode for 3 minutes and then switch it down to high mode just so that you don't overheat your light. You can always switch it back if you want to. And our moon glow is still glowing pretty nicely. I carried the M2R trick-or-treating with the boys, you know, for, you know, in case we needed light in and around stuff. This would have been excellent though, even better with its smaller size, lighter weight. Would have loved to have had this in my pocket. So right here, I've got the turbo mode of the M2R, the turbo mode of the S2R right next to each other. I know it's not the same as being in the dark, but you can see, again, for the size, you're getting a very comparable light. You're getting more distance and a little bit more power, higher actual lumens, but the diffusion of light, even though you're not getting that, you can see the stream, you're getting a farther distance, you're getting that raw power in the M2R, but if you don't need that, if you just need a good light for EDC and you just need to light up your camp area, your workspace or something, this is a great light, the S2R. And I'll highlight it again. Look at the difference in size you're taking up. you're losing a couple ounces of weight. It's a great option. I'll tell you that the S2R does get a bit hotter at the crown with the turbo than the M2R does, but the M2R has a lot more area for cooling. And like I said, this is what I carried around with the boys trick-or-treating. I honestly wish I had this one with me at the time. Anyway, guys, check the video description for all the relevant information for the sale from Olight, pricing and stuff like that, if you're interested in the S2R Baton 2. I'm pretty excited because I just figured out that this spare clip will fit very nicely on my M1X Striker and will give me that dual roll capability on the Striker, which is my favorite. Yay. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Worth checking out. Olight is a little bit pricey, but I think, you know, I'm one of those people that believes you pay for a good quality product once that you don't have to replace, you know, over and over, and that's a good deal. So what do you guys think? You like the performance of it? I mean, I'm just impressed that the size and weight of it all throws off as much light as it does. So, as always, there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff in the video description besides just the info for Olight and the sale they have going on. You can check out all those links. In the meantime, I appreciate every single one of you. You are all absolutely awesome, and I will be back again real soon.